Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a single two-letter word from basically the first page of the Bible, a word that has launched centuries of theological debate. We're talking about the word us.
So right here in the book of Genesis, we've got this puzzle just staring us in the face. At the very moment humanity is created, the Creator uses plural pronouns, us and our. And that, right away, raises a pretty big question.
I mean, think about it. For any faith that's strictly monotheistic, where God is absolutely one, this kind of plural language really demands an explanation. Who is God talking to? Well, the answers that have emerged over millennia give us these incredible windows into Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Okay, let's jump in with our first solution. We're going to start with the perspective from Rabbinic Judaism, which finds its answer not just in the verse itself, but in the profound lessons drawn from it, as recorded in the Talmud.
What's so fascinating here is this incredible balancing act. On one hand, the Talmud suggests God consults his heavenly court of angels. Now, not because he needs their help, of course, but to model humility for all future human leaders. I mean, if the ultimate sovereign consults his council, how much more should a mortal king, right? But, and this is crucial, on the other hand, to make sure no one gets the wrong idea about multiple creators, the text is crystal clear that the final act of creation was God's and God's alone. It's a powerful lesson in leadership without ever compromising on strict monotheism.
All right, let's pivot to the Christian tradition. They look at this verse and see something completely different. It's not a conversation with angels, but a clue to the very nature of God himself.
Yeah, this whole interpretation really hangs on one core idea, the Trinity. So from this viewpoint, the us isn't God talking to any created beings. Instead, it's an internal dialogue, a conversation happening within the Godhead. And this is the key takeaway, right? For Christians, this plural language is seen as an early foreshadowing of a central doctrine. You got to remember, the early church fathers were wrestling with this question: how can Jesus be divine if God is still one? The Trinity was a key theological answer. So seeing it hinted at way back here in Genesis served to connect the whole story together, from creation right through to the story of Christ, framing it all as part of a single, unfolding divine plan.
Okay, now for our third vision. The Quran offers a perspective that completely reframes the scene. It's not a consultation for input, and it's not an internal chat. It's a sovereign declaration, a royal announcement.
Now, to really get this view, you have to know this key term, Khalifa. This concept is absolutely foundational to the Islamic worldview because it defines humanity's entire purpose: to act as God's representatives, his caretakers on earth. That's a role of immense honor and, well, immense responsibility.
This verse shows a totally different focus. The Quran presents a parallel, yet really distinct scene where God is not asking for permission or advice. He is simply announcing his decision to the angels, informing them of his plan.
So the dialogue here isn't about whether to create, it's about the implications of that creation. The angels actually express their concern, which serves to highlight the immense risk and the profound trust involved in appointing humanity as Khalifa. The focus shifts from the mere act of creation to the unique station and the solemn purpose of humankind.
So there we have it. 3 distinct solutions to our little two-letter puzzle, each rooted in its own theological framework. Let's put them side by side so we can really see the contrast.
This table really lays it all out for us, doesn't it? For Judaism, the use is God and the angels, emphasizing divine humility. For Christianity, in the middle, it points to the Trinity, highlighting God's divine nature. And for Islam, at the bottom, it's God announcing his plan to the angels, underscoring his divine sovereignty. Each interpretation shapes a completely unique understanding of God's relationship with humanity.
But here's what's so interesting. Despite these profoundly different interpretations, there is a shared foundation. In each and every tradition, we see a heavenly scene, a divine speaker, and an absolutely unwavering commitment to the oneness of an all-powerful creator. It's just amazing, really. This whole exploration shows how a single tiny word can ripple through history, shaping how billions of people understand God, humanity, and our purpose in the world. It kind of leaves you with a question, doesn't it? What other small words, hiding in plain sight, might hold just as much profound meaning?